So on today's episode of Life After High School, I sit down with Mr. Seddik Azzouz here. He is a business student. We talk about that. We talk about his transition from doing an extra victory lap in school to going to Morocco for a few months over the summer and jumping into university here at Laurentian. And we talk about the time that he was jumped by 8 people behind a club when he was the good guy, DDing, taking photos of friends, laughing, and then it turned south real quick. We get into that, talk about if he could redo it again, talk about what he learned from it, and talk about how he did not suffer any permanent injuries, which is freaky to me. So, we hope you enjoy this episode. Hit subscribe, tell your friends, and stay tuned. Thanks. All right. Bro, thanks for doing this, man.
No problem.
Appreciate it a lot.
No problem.
All right, so if your house catches on fire, what's one item you grab?
My soccer ball.
Your soccer ball, why?
Yeah. Well, growing up, I always loved soccer. I'm a big fan. I support Arsenal FC. That's my favorite team, and the Moroccan national team, as I am Moroccan as well with my background. So that's probably one thing that means a lot to me.
So were you born in Morocco?
Actually, no, I was born in Halifax. And my parents came to Sherbrooke first, and they lived there for a bit, and then they came to Halifax. I was born there on the 14th of February. A year and a half later, though, we went all the way to Prince George, BC.
Jeez.
And then from Prince George, BC, we finally came to Seddik about 2 years after that, and then since then, I kind of been living here.
Nice, so you guys went East Coast to West Coast and was like, we'll find somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. It worked out at the end of the day.
So how old were you when you arrived in Sudbury the first time?
I was around 4, or maybe a little bit before 4.
That's crazy. Not a lot of people know that you were born in Halifax.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't know until a couple of days ago.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought you was, but I have a bunch of friends who just, for some reason, they're born in Halifax. And my buddy Trevor was born in Halifax. He's like, yeah. I was like, cool fact about yourself. I was like, I was born in Halifax. I was like, oh. What?
It's
You don't look like a maritime type of guy, but it makes sense. Do you eat fish then?
I do. I eat anything, honestly. Anything but pork. Anything but pork.
Now, why is that? I've never quite understood.
So,
It's a cultural thing, right?
Actually, it's a religious thing. So I grew up in a Islamic household.
Okay.
So it's forbidden for us to
Right.
eat pork. But other than that, I can eat anything else. I love food. That's another thing I do. I'm able to eat anything.
So why pork? What is the religious reason behind that?
So God simply said that we can't eat pork,
Okay.
and it was stated in the Quran, which is like the Bible version for Islam, for the
Okay,
Muslims.
the Islam version.
So like
Okay.
in Christianity they have the Bible, in Islam
Right.
we have the Quran.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Because I never understood why. I was like, oh, but it's actually like that's, and how strictly do you follow that religion? Like the whole religion itself?
Yeah. So
Because I know you don't eat pork.
Yes.
That's something I know you don't do.
Yeah.
But I was wondering, do you follow anything else? Do you not follow anything else, and why?
Yeah. So actually, speaking about that, it's good because Ramadan just passed not long ago, and I had to fast for a whole month. Not like literally a whole month. Like it was from dawn till sunset. So
Right.
that's how long we were fasting.
So
And
what time does that? Just whenever the sun comes up, depending on the day, or is that like 6 a.m. to 6 p.m.?
It's not sunrise, it's dawn. So it's a little before
Okay.
sunrise. And the thing is that it's according to those prayers. It's the first prayer with the fourth prayer. That's how long you fast. So anywhere around the world, it
okay.
changes. It changes.
So it's different in Morocco than it would be here.
Yeah,
But
actually,
it's still a month.
it's 1 month. Yes,
Right.
around there. Well, it's depending to on the lunar calendar.
Cool. Yes, okay. Nice. So you do Ramadan. You don't eat pork. Is there anything that you don't follow?
No, I try
That's
to.
like okay to say, or
No, I try to follow as much as I can. You know what? I just want to make sure that I'm a good person and I lead people by example.
that's a good point.
I want to make sure that I'm the best man I can possibly be at the end of the day.
And now, why do you follow? Because you're 22. You just turned 22 in February.
Yes.
Okay. So, Valentine's Day, for any of you ladies who want a bit of extra celebration on the big day, they get a V and they get the Seddik, you know? Double dipping, right?
Oh God.
Right?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Every time. Every year.
Oh yeah.
Twice the celebration. Twice the fun.
Yeah. Double the presents, you know.
Yeah. You should change your Instagram bio to that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think one of my Instagram bios was once I wasn't born on Valentine's Day for no reasons. I don't think it lasted too long. It didn't work out that well.
Why not? You were just like every day, like, shit.
Whatever.
Nice. Okay, that's fair. So you follow all the religions that all the things that your religion entitles you to do, or requires you to do, sorry, for lack of better.
Yeah, I try my best to follow everything, and that's what you got to do at the end of the day.
Is there things that like I would do every day or every week or so that like would be forbidden in the religion, like drinking and stuff, or?
Yeah, so we're not supposed to drink, but also, well, we're not supposed to do anything that really harms your body. So,
okay.
I mean, it's kind of ironic because a lot of Arabs are Muslim people, and a lot of them smoke, you know?
Right.
A lot of them smoke cigarettes or shisha and all that, and sometimes it's even put into our culture, but the thing is that it's ironic because it's not really deemed appropriate to do so. So I find that really funny, actually.
That's fair. Nice. So, what would you do if you had 24 hours left to live?
Oh.
From right now.
Well,
please say finish this podcast.
Yeah, I'm going to have to finish this podcast, but after that, I mean, do I have a lot of money to spend, or is it just in the same state as right now?
Sure, let's go same state as you are right now.
All right.
But travel time doesn't count. Like, 12 hours on a plane doesn't count to your 24. So, wherever your imagination will take it.
Well, I'll find a way to save up a little extra money and try and travel, you know. I want to probably go back to Morocco. I mean, I've been there a lot as a kid, you know. Every 2 summers or so I go for 2 months or so.
All right.
I'd like to go a little more to Europe. I have a lot of family in Europe. I have some in the Netherlands, Eindhoven and Rotterdam. I have in Tenerife in Spain. I have some in Sheffield in England. So I want to travel a bit more of Europe, maybe see other continents such as Asia, South America.
Where would you go in South America if you could?
Oh, definitely Brazil and Argentina.
Brazil and Argentina?
Maybe even maybe even Peru.
Peru?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, Peru would be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be a lot.
I know they have lots of nice hiking trails and Machu Picchu, so it's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Brazil and Argentina because historically with soccer.
Soccer, right?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Did you hear about Germans who fled during World War I, who fled to Argentina? Have you heard anything about that? Have you looked into it?
No, I don't think so. I mean, politically, I'm not maybe the most knowledgeable, let's say, but yeah.
Because I'm listening to all this, like I'm watching all these videos and listening to all these like shows and podcasts and stuff and audiobooks about how Hitler faked his death and then fled to Argentina in 1945. That he didn't die in the bunker with Eva Braun. And I was like, whoa, no. And I was like, oof.
That's something. You know, that'd be kind of scary if it was true, I suppose. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I should believe that. Do you believe it?
I do. I want to believe. Okay. What I want to believe is that I believe that history is not like there's something to it. That it's not 100% true. I think there's always something, because in such a big thing like that, I don't think we know all the truth, but I don't have enough evidence to support the other side. So I'm kind of in the middle, but I'd like to believe that he did flee to Argentina just because that'd be a lot of fun to believe. So.
Yeah, well, that would be something. I mean,
yeah,
I get what you mean, because I mean, we can't just take samples of history and put it in the laboratory and test it. You know, what happened happened. So it's kind of hard to go back.
And you can't, like, unless he specifically, like, plus he'd be dead now. He was alive. Like, if he did escape, he'd be dead now.
Yeah,
like
I think there'd be a couple bounty hunters on him. You know.
Oh, imagine what that hit is on Adolf Hitler.
I mean,
Jesus. I'd kill him. Probably not. No, don't kill me. But. No, you say hi to her. Go say hi to her.
Listen.
Hello.
I'm not.
Hola.
I'm not that famous yet, you know. I can't get away with that yet.
One day. But okay. So, what piece of advice would you give 16-year-old you?
To have better time management.
In what way?
In everything, especially with my schoolwork and taking like balancing school, jobs, and like, you know, maybe some downtime as well, but less procrastination. I wanted probably to make sure that I complete my homework and understand it fully instead of just like regurgitating it on a test or so.
Okay.
It would have gone a lot better with the future of myself.
That's right. So what was the last text message you ever sent? You sent today? What was the last text message?
I honestly don't think I texted anybody today yet.
No?
No.
Jeez, okay. Good for you. You don't have a phone, eh? Or you do and you don't?
Yeah, I do and I don't. It's kind of weird. I have a phone, but it's got no service on it. So it's like an iPod,
So it's not,
but it's a
got
phone.
that Wi-Fi ability, yeah.
Yeah.
So you iMessage on it too?
Yeah,
Okay.
iMessage. I don't know.
Sounds
It
bad.
sounds really cheap, but I mean,
cost effective, you know?
yeah. I'm trying to save as much as money as I can. I told myself a while ago I put a plan on it, but I haven't. So I don't use my phone too much.
Right.
I don't really.
Like it's working clearly with the Wi-Fi and everything, so what's the point?
I prefer talking to people in person.
Me too. That's why people, whenever I go to the bank and I talk to my teller, they're like, "You know we have online banking, right?" And I'm like, "Yes, I do know you have online banking. That's why I'm in here right now, because I know it, but I don't care. That's not going to change. I'd rather walk up and be like, "Hey, how's it going?" Like, "Oh, I'm good, Cindy. How are you?" Good, awesome. All right, what can I do for you today? Oh, I have this check from the government. Shout out that I can, and then I watch them go. They put the check through that roller thing where they get the barcode in the back, and then they give it to me, and I see the receipt that goes, "This is how much you now have." I like those interactions. I don't like pressing button. I don't trust online so much.
Mm-hmm.
I feel the government's just in their back computer, just like sweating on the computer, looking at everything I do.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. Honestly, I used to work at a bank too, so what you said there was actually really nostalgic. So I did some of that stuff there. Yeah,
So-
cashing in checks and all that.
Speaking of where you worked at the bank, when you worked at the bank, what jobs? So you're 22. Excuse me. What jobs have you had in your life?
I've
Just
worked,
fucking bang them out.
I
We'll list them up.
worked a lot. I mean, I worked at a bank. I worked at grocery stores.
Give
I
each name.
with fast food.
Every name.
Well, I mean, I worked at TD Bank. I worked at Food Basics.
Walmart.
Yeah, Walmart for a little bit. I had to leave early though because I was going to Morocco for a long
That's a
time.
good point. How long? 2 months? Couple months? Couple weeks?
Yeah, I went for like 2 months or so.
geez, nice.
So,
So 3, you worked.
I worked. I actually worked plenty of places. Probably off the top of my head, I can't actually remember them all, but
Jeez.
I did. I did work
So,
lots of places.
okay, so you worked Walmart, Food Basics, Independent,
No, not independent.
TD.
Yes.
You worked Tim Hortons. Did you
Yeah,
ever
that was
work
my
McDonald's
first job.
At one point?
The
No.
McDonald's. Yeah. Tim Hortons was my first job actually though.
Okay.
Yeah, my very
What was
first
that
job.
like?
It was
Because everyone's like, I never want to work at McDonald's, I never want to work at Tim Hortons, I never work at. You worked every single job that everybody says in the cliche, like, I'd never work there, man, I'd hate to work there. You worked every single one of those example places. What was that like?
I mean, I gotta say, fast food isn't my cup of tea, especially Tim Hortons. Not my cup of tea or my cup of coffee. No pun intended. But no, it's not for me actually. I've actually preferred kind of like retail or labor. Like it's just better. Your day flies by a little quicker.
Okay. So, if you could be famous for anything, what would that be? And I bet you I know your answer.
Yeah, it's got to be something with soccer,
yeah,
or
100%.
if it's not soccer, something with sports.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So, now, let's get to something. Have you... We'll do a new segment on life after high school.
All right.
And it's called Current Events.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, current events is we're going to go through some of the most recent stuff that's happening in the news that everyone's making a big fuss about. And we're going to talk about it, break it down, wonder what we think. So, Fox6now.com is saying, Justin Bieber versus Tom Cruise. The betting odds were released for a proposed not boxing MMA fight, which means kicks, punches, elbows, knees, strangling.
Get in the octagon, eh?
Yeah. So, Justin Bieber apparently on Twitter called out Tom Cruise. So, Bieber is 25 and Tom Cruise is 56.
What a matchup that is, actually.
Yeah.
That's some good publicity. Two big figures like that in the world.
I mean, neither of them seem to be. Well, I don't know what Justin Bieber's doing nowadays.
Probably swimming in money.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be doing that if I were him. But yeah, I don't know. Who would you get across? Let's see what the betting odds are. Cruz minus 250 and Bieber's a plus 200. But the odds, also if the bout will actually take place this year, with the single up prop set at minus 200 for Cruz versus Bieber to happen in January 1st, 2020. Ooh.
No, I tell you what. Who do you want to see win if that fight actually happened?
Okay. There's a comedian that does a bit that I saw about 4 months ago, and the comedian's bit was like, it doesn't matter. It's like you never pick a fight with a man over 40. Why? Because that man over 40, okay, will kick your ass. Doesn't matter what training you have, he will kick your ass. Why? Because when he does it, he's going to take all that 20 years of aggression of being a dad or whatever, and just like all he needs is that one little kid to pick a fight with him, and you're like 25 or 26, and you're like, hey, whoop-de-doo, how old is Justin Bieber? Whatever, doesn't matter. And he beats up, like he's going to try to beat up an old man, and then that old man's just going to turn around and choke him out, punch his face in.
Well,
something.
To be fair, I actually, so speaking about Tom Cruise, I'm a big fan of his Mission Impossible series. Those movies are great. I really do like them. So I would really hope that he lives up to Ethan Hunt's expectations, and kicks some ass. Mm-hmm. That would be ideal.
So you think you want Tom Cruise to win too, or you think Tom Cruise?
Well, I'd hope Tom Cruise wins. I
Sweet.
mean, it's kind of portrayed in my head
Right.
like, Ethan Hunt, do you accept this mission?
Right.
Will you fight Justin Bieber? I mean, that's a mission that not a lot of people, I'm sure, would pass up on, to be quite honest.
That's a good point. You think you could beat up Justin Bieber? Yes or no? 1, 2, 3.
Oh man, well, I mean,
come on, man. Yes or no? Yes or no?
I don't know if this is gonna
yes
back. I'm
yes
gonna
or
have
no?
to.
Yes or no?
Yes or no?
You would beat up Justin Bieber.
Oh god, I don't know how this is gonna go down with the public, but
I do think
I'm always gonna back up myself.
You just like drop your arm and just pop. You just throw an overhand right.
I used to take martial arts actually,
yeah.
And I stopped for a while, and I still am not back into it. But I do have an intention to go back. So I used to take karate, and if I were to go back into something, perhaps it would be Muay Thai. I do have an interest in martial arts, and I'd love to get back into it one day actually.
You should. Yeah, it's all about saving up money and then training and then making way with it. So speaking of martial arts and fighting, there's a story that a while ago you got, when was this? A year ago you got jumped?
Yeah, actually.
So tell that story. Tell what that was about. Because honestly, I think you got the luck of the draw. Because, geez, all right, so what happened there?
All right, so actually we're coming up almost on a year. It's like maybe about a month and a half away from it. So I was just hanging out with some friends. We were at Pepe Panini's, and I was the designated driver. And then basically I just rallied up by my friends out there, and I said, let's go home. So as we're walking behind Pepe Panini's, there's like a parking lot behind there, and there's like a bit of an alleyway like area. So we're walking through there, and then someone randomly just comes up, and then he started like making comments. But before that though, I was taking pictures of two of my friends. They wanted to take a picture of each other. So she got me to take pictures of her and her friend there, and then he comes up and says, can I take a picture with her? And I kind of put in a bargaining joke like, only for 25 cents, as like that street vendor kind of vibe. But then he wasn't really buying it. He said, she's not even worth a penny or whatever.
Bro, yeah. The moment he said that, I'd be like, all right, this guy's an asshole.
But I didn't even react that badly to it. I just said, you wish, and I like laughed it off. And me and my buddy even laughed it off as well.
Yeah.
So he goes around the corner.
Right.
And then I don't know what just happened after, but as soon as I finished taking the pictures, I give her back her phone, and then all of a sudden, like a big Subway cup, like a fountain pop drink cup, just like splashed all over us almost, and like we kind of all had to dodge it. And this is where I messed up. This is where my downfall came, because I gave a reaction. And that's why I want to make sure that nobody gives a reaction out there in public at night, because you never know, it could go wrong for you.
Right.
But my reaction was not anything derogatory or anything racist, of course. But he comes around the corner with like 5 people or so at first, and then he says, "Hey, what'd you say?" And I'm like,
What was your reaction?
I said, "Oh, like
what the fuck? Why would you do that?
no, I didn't even swear.
What
I
did you
said
say?
like, I don't know, I probably said something like, oh, like that was unnecessary.
Right, like,
I don't know how
that
I
was
said it.
unnecessary. Well,
Yeah.
but like, did you feel you said it and like, oh man, what the like? That was
I nothing too harsh, nothing
Okay.
too harsh, and nothing derogatory as well. I
That's good.
have African background, so why
Right.
would I say anything racist?
yeah.
in
You
the
saying
first place?
anything racist doesn't really make much sense.
Yeah. So he comes up and he says, "Did you call me the N-word?" And at first I thought he was kind of
I was
bluffing.
like, man,
I'm like, listen, I'm
more
the
African
DD
than
here.
you are.
I don't really want to get into this stuff. I just
Yeah.
kind of want to get my friends home safe and then go home myself. You know, been out too
Right.
late. It's late now. And then he says, "No, you called me this," and he was convinced.
And what did he think you called him? The N-word?
The N-word, yeah. And he was like convinced about it. And I was like, oh man.
Who was
what's
with
going
you? It was the 2 girls, you.
on? It was, yeah, there were 2 girls and then there
Who was
were
with
3
you?
guys. And
Was it like,
some people from high school.
okay.
Yeah, some people from high school. And then all of a sudden though, like he just came up and punched me in the face, like literally. And this guy was a bigger guy than me, of course, and like it actually hurt. the
Yeah,
first time.
yeah, you get hit in the face.
Yeah.
He sucker punched you in the face. It's
Yeah.
gonna hurt.
Like cheap shot. And then like I got punched and I'm like opening up my eyes again, and then all I see is another fist right about to connect, and it's a second guy who Superman punches me, and then the third guy comes in and punches me, and then at that point like I saw like Niagara Falls coming out of my nose.
You're like, oh crap.
Oh man. And then do you remember as a kid when you would play like tag or freeze tag or fishy fishy cross my
Mhm.
ocean? Only one person is it, right? And then like maybe 10 people would run away. But in this case, I was playing tag except 10 people were it
Oh,
at the
no.
end of it,
Yeah.
because more people came in as well, and I was the only one running
Right.
away. So I was literally running away in the parking lot trying to get on the street for some safety in hopes of maybe a cop or someone would be there.
Yeah,
But
it's like
nothing,
open.
no.
So what time of the day was it? Like what time of night was it?
This was past midnight. This
Okay.
was like
Closer
past
to
midnight.
1.
Yeah, something like that, maybe 1 or 2, I don't know.
In between there. So like early in the morning, late at night type deal.
Yeah,
Okay.
and yeah, it ended a little ugly, but I got away with it though. No facial fractures.
Yeah, yeah, you got the luck of the draw on that, man. Like, yeah, you got your ass kicked by 5. How many? 5 people?
I'm gonna say probably
5 or 6?
6 to 10.
Just
It was,
Too
that,
much.
it was
how,
to that
so
number.
there were 5 of you there with them, or how many of your? There was you, and then there were the 2 girls, and who else?
Yeah, so my friends actually tried to stop one of them. The first one, they tried to stop
But
it.
you had how many people on your side, essentially?
Like 5.
So there were 5
people.
total.
Yeah.
5 versus well. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So and they all tried to stop the first person, but then while stopping him, they like so many people just
Then
slipped
the
out.
other guy-
And it was actually impossible. Like
Yeah.
I do praise them for putting in an effort. I really do. But there's actually nothing that could have been done. And yeah, I was hit with some hard hits, like some knees into the head. They got me on the ground there. They tripped me up. It was a good thing they didn't curb stop me.
Yeah, they really could. They could have killed you, realistically. Did you go to the police?
I did after, yes.
What was that like? Did you go to the police office and you're like, hey, look at my fucking face?
I didn't go immediately though. I don't really like drama too much. I know that sounds stupid, but I just didn't go immediately.
Okay. So you didn't go. I don't understand. You didn't. So you went to the police a couple days later. Interesting, because you didn't want drama.
I couldn't even go home that night.
That
Actually,
makes
I didn't
sense.
want to see my parents because I didn't want to see them like.
Yeah, they did.
messy.
You didn't want them to see. you like
Probably the
that.
time I don't get anxiety, but probably the time where I had the most anxiety in my life. I just didn't want to go home.
Yeah, that's
I didn't really want to talk to people much, so
Understand.
I just kind of wanted it to be over. I wanted my face to heal and everything to go back to normal. Because I'm not about really like creating too much attention about this. But then eventually,
Right.
I put up a story on my Instagram
Yeah, I
stating
saw that.
everything, saying like, this is what happened and this is why you shouldn't be maybe in that situation by not giving a reaction, and that way you can get away with it and you won't get hurt.
So you know when people are like, "Oh, why do you train martial arts?" and this, but it's like, well, you do it for that 1% of the time.
Yeah.
You just can't control the outcome. and that people will just overreact and there's nothing you can do about it. And I think that was that 1% of the time. Like, that might never happen to you again. But the fact that it happened once is an issue, because it shouldn't. There should be nobody doing that to people, and that's unfair for you guys and your friends. And honestly, as much as being a dick they were, you guys should have fought back better. They would, like, that first guy, had he hit you, or even they shouldn't have let him hit you. Should been like, yo, like, you're fucking, they're drunk, you should bottle them, do something. Some form of defending you guys.
Yeah, remember now, self-defense, and then there's also attacking. Like, I know, especially here,
right.
Well, just in general, attacking somebody is never good. But as well, you can easily get in trouble with that too, with the law.
In what way? Like, if you but you standing there letting them attack you isn't good.
It isn't good, yeah.
You could have, like, realistically, like, they could have fought back for you and they were defending you, and they wouldn't have. All it would have done is give you enough time to run to where you need to go.
But then here's the thing, I don't want them to get in trouble. I'm actually pretty happy none of them got in trouble, because the reason I started to run is because none of my friends, like, were getting hit. Because I saw, like, they all just got away from them. Because if they started getting hit, then that would be,
alright,
then that wouldn't be good, you know. Then that would I don't know what would happen after that.
That's weird that it wasn't just like everyone beating up everybody. It was like everyone beating up you. It's kind of unfair.
They were distant.
I don't understand.
See, as my friend, like, grabbed the first guy, or one of them, or even a couple of them, I'm not even sure, but they all kind of, like, they turned their head to them, and then you'd think that, okay, you aggravated someone in that scenario, they'd want to kill you after. No, they just immediately turned their head, like, right to me, and they gunned it for me. Like, they were convinced.
Like, that was like you were the Okay.
They were convinced that I was, like, the bad guy, and I was gonna have to suffer.
Right. Yeah, you lucked out though, because you got you got hit in the head a bunch of times, like probably at least 10. You got kneed, you got kicked, you got everything you could take to the face, you got hit. Right.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I got tripped, not kicked in the face.
Okay. But you lucked out. You didn't get a concussion. Because where I'd be nervous would be, you didn't get any brain damage, right? So you didn't get a concussion. You didn't get any fractures in your face or your head. Nothing. You could have had, like, internal bleeding, you're bleeding in the brain, anything, bleeding inside you, anything. Nothing. Well, you had a bloody nose. They didn't even break your nose.
Like, a little fracture. It took like maybe a week or two to actually heal.
Yes, you found
like, it wasn't
on it, you're okay.
It was fine, yeah.
Crazy. And then my big fear would have been my teeth. You didn't have a mouth guard, nothing, and your teeth were fine. You walked out, you had a bruised and swollen face.
Yeah.
And you walked out, no, like, intense injuries.
No, within a week after that,
which is insane. So you kind of lucked out. As shitty as the situation as that is, like, you got you went through it and then we're just like, alright, they didn't knock me out. They didn't break any of my bones. They made my nose bleed. That's not too bad. Like, you still left with your smile, so.
Believe me, when I say I'm hard-headed,
it's not too bad.
It's
literally. It's not a joke. Yeah. It's not like, oh, I'm stubborn. It's no, I got a hard-ass head, dude.
Yeah, I got a hard-ass head, so you know what? It's going to take a little more than that to put me to sleep.
That's good, man. I'm glad that it didn't get any worse. Like, that it didn't make your life shorter or anything.
No.
Might have, but
I was never really in doubt.
That's fair. Okay. So, I'm glad nothing bad happened. Would you ever, but like, if you met them, what would you say?
I'd ask why.
That's the point.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Because, you know, no one should go through that. And you know what, as bad maybe as it sounds, but I'm really happy that it actually happened to me over anybody else.
Like, anyone of, okay, you don't have to, but you can. It'll be fine. Who was in the scenario with you? You?
Close friends. I don't know if it's a good idea to tell them, like, on air. So I'll just refer to us, like, you know, close friends.
And you'd pick you to get,
I pick myself to go through that.
You'd be like, oh, if anyone had to go through it again, you'd be like,
Yeah.
Because you don't, like, you know, you could take a night, like, whatever, like, it sucked.
It sucks, yeah, but
So it's a
I do
lot.
it over 100% again over any one of them to get hurt.
Gotcha.
Just because I wouldn't want to watch any of them get hurt.
Right.
And, you know, especially me being the DD, I gotta bring them home safe, you know. And then if that falls under kind of like my hands, you know.
Right.
So I'm kind of glad, and I got a hard head, so I know I can. Take
Yeah,
it.
you're just like whatever. That's weird though that they were like yelling racial slurs at you. Like Morocco's in Africa.
Yeah, it's funny because there were people across the streets actually saying, "Look at these, you know what, beating up on this kid," and you know, I mean, come on. There are people across the street like yelling.
Yeah,
at
but
them.
they're not going to do anything. Like
They didn't do anything to
it's
them.
like, oh, so why are you yelling about it then? Like, get some help.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. But my friends were really good and supportive, and they helped me a lot.
Would have called
that next
911
day.
the moment I saw that happening to you.
They were about to, but I told them no.
No.
I don't know why, but I
Why?
just said no.
Yeah, why?
I
Right,
don't
it was
know.
just like in the moment.
It was in the moment,
That's
and
fair.
you know, I
That's
just don't really like that attention.
Okay,
Probably stupid, but I
Yeah,
don't like that attention.
pretty dumb. I don't know. I think like they would have gotten because they're gonna go unscathed.
I think he was about to actually do it, but then I
They're
might
gonna
have
go.
grabbed the
They're
phone or
gonna go
something. I said no.
unscathed now because of what they did. Nothing's gonna happen to them. Scot free. I think like you might have done it out of pride, like oh snitches get stitches, but like you were already gonna get the stitches, so you might as well have just fully committed.
It's difficult because
It seems
at the moment I didn't see what my face looked like. I didn't even know what was going on really. All I know is I got hits lots of times. So I didn't think it actually looked as bad when I looked in the mirror. And then I was like, oh damn, that actually really looks bad.
I'm gonna put.
Okay, so for everyone watching and everyone listening, if you're listening, go to YouTube so you can see this. But this is what Seddik looked like. Was it the next day where you sent me those photos? 2 days later?
Might have been the next day after that.
Okay,
Yeah, I
so
think
within the next few days, that's what Seddik looks like. Right after, within reason, once all the blood's kind of settled, that's kind of what he looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I honestly never thought I'd be using tampons, but shout out to the girl that gave me some.
Stop. What's her name? We'll give her a shout out.
Honestly,
Maybe she'll get a discount.
honestly, like I said, I'll keep everybody under the radar for this one.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fair. Nice, dude. Okay, so because this is my show, and I'm trying to add a bit of different fun stuff into it,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do this thing called this little segment I created called "Explain Yourself." So, with every guest, what I'm gonna do is I have looked through their social medias, and I found it's most likely all the time going to be Instagram. I've looked through their Instagram, and I have found a couple photos with captions that I like to ask my guests to explain themselves for. So here we go. First image. It's right there. It's a photo of you with a cat
Oh God.
that says, "Too many cool cats in one picture."
Two as in TWO or TOO? How did I write it?
I use TOO.
Oh. Yeah.
But so, Seddik, explain yourself.
All right. So honestly, I was actually at a friend's house, and yeah. So the neighbor's cat, from across the street. Sometimes he's just like out on the prowl outside. They let him out,
Right.
and then he's really friendly. He comes up to us, and we're sitting like outside, like
Okay.
of my friend's house at the front door. He's got a couple chairs right there,
Mhm.
doorsteps, and the cat all the way came crawling to us. He wanted to get petted, and we go inside, and he sneaks in. So then all of a sudden we got the neighbor's cat in the house. So he was that
So it's
friendly.
not even your cat or your buddy's cat.
No,
It's
no.
the neighbor's cat.
Yeah, neighbor's
Okay.
cat, and he just really liked us. So I just picked him up. He took a funny, quick picture about it, and then I put him outside again.
Nice.
We wouldn't want to hold someone else's pet for too long, you know what I mean? But yeah, and then we went and hung out with him outside there instead of just like keeping him inside the house.
Nice. Okay. So, Zed, you're the comments. There are about 4 of them. Zed Ak Frescure
proof that you're good with pussy. I got a lot of likes. That was like 15 of them. And then msaka.saka wrote, tag the Z act for Skure. Oh yeah, fam. Look at his left thumb. Lol. That's amazing. Oh, that's so funny. So,
If you look in the photo again,
Seddik's left thumb looks like it's buried in the cat. And then our Ik Asale, wow, so cute. That cat's okay too.
Yeah,
And then
those are some of my friends.
Lickballock _43 Abdahul at Z act for Skure. So, okay, that's a pretty good picture.
I'll tell you what, the reason is because that cat actually looked like one of the cats. Did I ever tell you this? When we went to a J. Cole concert, me and some of my friends, and then while we were in the Airbnb in Toronto, the owner asked us to take care of his cat in the Airbnb while we were staying. And one of us accepted it. But I mean, it makes for a great story, but at the time though, I mean, that was horrible, a horrible idea.
yeah, I mean,
Because that cat and the four of us did not get along. Because I tried to like put food out for it, it would hiss, it would hide in the closet. And the one thing we were supposed to do is keep it out the closet. But every time it went in and we tried to get it out, it would just like try and scratch us. So we're like, okay, fine, you win, you know, we're not gonna like take you by force, you know. And then eventually, like, it literally just stayed in the closet for the whole weekend, and I tried to put food out. We tried to put food out for it, but,
Right.
And then we didn't know what it was called, so we forgot the name. So we just called it Abdullah. We called the cat Abdullah.
That's where.
Yeah, we literally forgot its name, so we're like, Abdullah, come get your food. I don't know what to say,
That's
but
fine.
yeah.
God damn. Okay, so now, thank you. Second photo. View was nice, company was better. You're with your buddy AB Il GSM. Okay. So, view was nice, company was better. Before I read the comments, explain yourself.
Well, honestly, that was just probably, what night was that? I don't even know. Well, that's just a picture of one of my best friends, you know. That guy's, he's one of my brothers from day one. So, shout out to Ahmed there. He's a really good friend. We played a lot of soccer together. We were teammates. We were high school mates, university mates, friends. So yeah, we had a lot of great memories. So that's just a picture with him.
So the comment is BH all you guys are matching. NOL ED Wines okay. S era and then PRD1. Nice smile. Tagging ABILGism. M I Chalera Laniro. We have the best view in the city. And then you write, so you're interacting now. This is good. You only picked her to react with.
She's my neighbor.
Yes, I know.
So we have the same view.
I'm very aware
Yeah.
of who she is. Sweet gal. We have the best view in the city. And you're like, and my Chalera Nero. Perks of living on Moon Rock. Ha! And then a biologism. Arab Nation in the Trap. Is that a part of a song? Why is it in quotes?
I don't know.
What song is that part of? See?
I don't
It's
know.
in quotes, man.
I don't know. I
No?
couldn't tell you, bro. I think
Okay.
it's something I made up.
Should I comment and ask? Is this from a song? Ha! Arab Nation in the Trap. Can you freestyle at all?
Freestyle. I mean, I've done it before
Yeah.
for fun, for giggles.
Would you prefer to do it just like a cappella style, like with no music, or would you prefer me to put on a beat?
Oh, I can't freestyle though now.
Dude, what do you mean now? It means you could. Come on.
I can't.
Come on. Seddik. Come on. It could be something lame. It could be. I'm not gonna judge you. It's a judge-free table.
All right.
on,
I
man.
mean, I
Do you
don't
want
know. Yeah, sure. Put on a beat, I guess. But I'm no good, so don't judge.
Yeah, what do you want to... I can give you something to rap about. How about that? Okay? How about I give you something to rap about? Okay? So rap instrumentals. Let's
am I getting
go
myself into?
2008. This is the best year.
You know, I one thing I did not want to become tonight was a meme, but I guess that's happening.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Instrumentals. There we go. Let's go deep into the pot of this one. So do you want more R&B or do you want hip-hop?
Oh, it doesn't matter to me.
Sweet, R&B it is. So what do you want to rap about while this ad's playing?
I don't know.
No?
Maybe my life.
Okay. So talk about... How about rap about women? Women or your life? One of the two.
Let's go with my life.
Their life? Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, ready? Do you want me to count you in at all? Okay.
Oh, jeez, this is soft as shit.
Come on, man.
But let's go.
You can make it inspired. Do you want me to count you in?
I'm good.
Oh.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, this is my life. Yeah, nobody can ever cut me out with a knife. We at school, getting an education, but I ain't no fool. Yeah, I'm walking these streets, but I ain't no ghoul. This isn't no Walking Dead.
Whoa!
Because I'm here getting some bread.
Money.
Yeah, making the money.
Cash
And guess
flow.
what? Chasing me is the honeys. Yeah,
Running.
That's all I got.
Yeah. I love when people do that. Oh man, I love freestyle rap, man. When people do, because I can't do it, but like I can.
Well, I mean, I don't think I can do it either, but I just
You
did
did it,
something.
man. You killed it.
Let's go.
That was awesome. All right, sweet. Yeah, dude, that was a lot of fun. I'm really happy you did that. So, now I have a question for you. Okay. Would you rather be able to control rain or breathe underwater?
Oh, definitely breathe underwater.
Breathe underwater?
I got a good one for you.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. Would you rather have the ability of
Oh no.
telekinesis?
Okay, like reading people's thoughts?
Yeah, something like that. Telekinesis, you know, be able to control things with your mind.
Okay.
Or stopping time and controlling time. Okay, maybe stopping time is a hard one, slowing down time.
100% slowing down time for one reason and one reason only, my friend, so I could get the proper amount of sleep every single day. That's always my dream. My dream, if I had one superpower, would be to stop time anytime I needed to sleep. So I'd stop time at like 10 at night, 10:30 at night, go to sleep, and then restart time. Do you know how many podcasts I can bang out?
Hey,
I'd never be tired. It'd be the dream.
there you go.
Is that not genius, dude?
That is.
What would you do if you could breathe underwater? Where would you go? Meet Atlantis, go talk to Aquaman? Swim with the
I'd
dolphins?
explore. I mean, on average, our oceans are maybe around, I think, 11 kilometers deep. Or maybe is that the deepest we go?
Like the average?
I don't know.
Oh,
Maybe
I don't
not
know.
the average, but I know
I'm not
like I know it goes deep down there. I know 11 kilometers is how deep we can go under our ocean, discovered so far. Maybe further or
Average
so.
depth of the ocean is about 12,100 feet. The deepest part of the ocean is called the Challenger Deep and is located beneath the western Pacific Ocean in the southern end of the Marianas Trench.
Yeah.
Mariana Trench,
Yeah.
which runs several hundred kilometers southwest of the U.S. territorial island of Guam.
The water pressure is very high though. once
That's
you go
my
deep.
thing. That's my thing. Like you,
So you
didn't
can't
go
just
deep,
breathe.
your
You
head would
need,
explode.
yeah, you need to be able to have some protective gear or something on you.
Yeah.
You'll get crushed pretty
Make
easily.
it cold too. That would suck.
Mhm.
That'd be-
Well, let's assume that I'm able to do it. I would totally do it.
That's fair.
Would you ever go in space?
Ooh.
If you could breathe in
let's talk
space,
about
you would
this.
totally go to space.
I
if you
would
could.
if I could breathe in space. That's
Yeah.
the thing. But my only issue with all this is there's so much I've yet to do on Earth. I know we were talking about this briefly the other day. There's so much I've yet to do on Earth that if I had the opportunity to go to space, I don't know if I'd take it. You know? There's so much I've started a lot of things on Earth, but I've yet to like go through full like head with them.
Mm-hmm.
Full head of steam, go. Yet to do all of what I want. So once I feel like if I'm like 65 and I've done everything and I have the chance to go to space, like yeah, I might as well cap it off.
Fair enough.
Cap it off that way. But right now, there's too many things I want to do in order to prefer to go to space. So man, could you describe your perfect girl in 5 words?
My perfect girl in 5 words:
Yes, sir.
smart. She has to have a great character, an outgoing character.
She's outgoing.
Adventurous.
Okay, nice.
Somebody that
In what way? Like somebody who's just always down to like whatever, like go places, see the world type thing. Like you wouldn't want her to never want to leave her bedroom type thing.
Yeah, no, nobody wants that.
That's fair.
You gotta be adventurous. Like on a nice sunny day like this, why not go outside for a hike or play a
Right.
game,
Go on the lake
soccer,
and
basketball,
stuff.
whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for a swim. Yeah, I have a fit, healthy lifestyle. So always want to do some sort of exercise. That'd be fun.
You need her to kick the ball back, man.
Yeah.
Need somebody to return that.
If you pass to someone, someone's gotta pass back to you.
You know, if your girlfriend's a goalie, she's a keeper.
Oh yeah, you try to use that one before. It doesn't,
No?
it doesn't work that
No?
well, actually.
Really?
No.
God damn it! Who have you tried to use it on?
We're gonna keep it like
You can
that.
completely say her name if you want.
Nope.
No?
No, I don't.
Was she a
tell names.
goalie for like a
No.
a team, or is she just okay? That's fair. 5th one.
5th one.
Soccer player. No.
No. Whatever sport, honestly, I don't care. Soccer's that's actually something for me. I kind of cherish
You
that for
just
myself.
right.
That's for me, you know.
Like, okay.
If the person actually doesn't even like soccer, it doesn't matter to me at the end of the day. But that's just my thing, you know.
Right.
And you know what? If it's your thing, it's your thing. If it's not, then it's not. Everybody has to have their own thing, and I'm not the one to pressurize. Like, let's say, hypothetically, you know, in the future, I got kids and everything. I obviously try to support them and try to maybe encourage them to go into soccer. But if it's not for them, then by all means, do your thing. As long as you're doing something, though, you got to be doing something.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's your 5th one?
You know what? So I said outgoing character. I said, you know, active.
Smart.
Smart.
Said adventurous.
Kindness.
Nice.
I need
Sweet.
kindness. I need kindness. Yes.
That's fair. Nice.
You don't want anybody that's rude or.
That's fair. I like something. Yeah. Nice. Okay, dude. Sweet. For everyone watching and listening, the title of this show is called Life After High School. And what the goal is, of course, we have a lot of fun on the show, but I want to break down people's thought processes and the way that they ended up deciding what to go into, what to study, and kind of how their process took place from end of grade 12, mid grade 12, beginning of it, when they decided to apply to places and programs, and then to the execution part. Because it's all about that execution. Because everyone has ideas. Everyone has great ideas. Everyone has good, funny, and creative ideas. But the problem I find a lot of the times is people have an inability to execute on the ideas, and that's what holds them back. And so, I want to talk to you about that. So tell us kind of what life was like and what went through your head from when you had to apply in grade 12 for courses to take all the way to kind of first year or two in school. And then if you could do it over again, what would you do differently?
I would definitely take my homework a little more seriously. I don't really think high school prepares you the best for university, at least back then.
Right.
Nothing really against my teachers or the education system, really. It just, I thought university is a far greater workload, and then I think in high school we were given too many chances, and I would myself have been given too many chances. I would get away without doing my English or math homework.
Mm-hmm.
I would get away without finishing my assignment on time because I could always submit it later and get the same amount of marks without any deduction. There are some teachers who are a little more strict, but I would definitely take time management a lot more seriously and procrastinate less.
Okay, sweet. So why do you think why do you think you do procrastinate? You just, like, sometimes it just doesn't matter, or you, like, the goals so far that it almost doesn't seem worth it, or what?
It's perhaps a lack of maturity in high school.
Okay.
It's just a lack of maturity. You'd rather be, you know what, honestly, sometimes I'd come home and I'd rather be watching a soccer game, and then after that, I really want to go and play some street soccer outside, go to the gym, just be active, because I've been sitting at school all day, and the last thing I really want to do is sit down and do more homework.
Right.
So, and you know what, it's
That
just
makes
about
sense.
really buckling down and then getting
Right.
it done. You got to do what you got to do, and at a young age, it's harder to realize that. And then your parents constantly tell you, do this, and then you're young, and then you don't really listen to them, and you're what do you know? But then when you realize that your parents are very, very like important in that sense, they
Mhm.
know a lot of things. They know what you've been through because they've been through it, and then when you kind of dismiss it, it's almost insulting in a way.
Right. Okay. So what was? Did you do? You did a victory lap, right?
Yeah, for a semester only. Yeah.
What would you feel you got out of that semester?
I got time. I got a bit of time to improve my marks so I could be better off for university.
Let's just hit the ground running more so than just.
Yeah.
I don't
And
know.
then the second semester, I managed to work a bit and then go to Morocco
Nice.
to visit my family.
Where'd you work?
So yeah, it was
Or was
Walmart.
that the Walmart?
That was my
one, right?
Walmart
'Cause it was
job.
a
Yeah.
small. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So how'd you go about applying to Laurentian?
Like anyone else, you apply online.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You just applied, saw the program, and you're like, cool. Or
Oh, for business.
yeah.
like-
What was your
oh.
process for applying?
Yeah. So yeah, honestly, just online and everything. But are you asking why I
Yes.
chose business?
Yes.
Okay, I chose business because out of everything, it's probably the most suitable one, and it's probably the one that opens up the most careers.
Okay.
And if I were to ever want to start a business on my own, then I think that's,
You'd have a good idea of how the system works.
yeah. And you know what? I was never really the best in any other subjects, but I was pretty good with some business subjects such as marketing,
Mm-hmm.
and because I'm easy to talk to. I can talk to people, present pretty easily.
Right.
That's something I like. Presentations. I really do thrive in presentations.
That's good.
Unlike as tests, I'm not really that good at it.
Okay, that's fair. So you picked when you picked the program in grade 12, and you wanted to carry it out and everything, what made the choice for you to go to Laurentian?
So it was close to home.
Right.
And it was easy. I had a roof over my head with my family, and family's very important. You know what? As much as it'd be cool to go out of town and experience something new, I just think I wasn't probably ready for it or anything like that. Like I said, as a kid, back in high school, I wasted my money on some useless stuff, like maybe eating out or buying stuff I didn't really need, let's say. And then instead of saving it for perhaps an opportunity like that, and that's with a lack of maturity. So
Yeah.
with high school, there was a lack of maturity
Less discipline.
for me to be ready to
Okay.
conquer the world by myself. So I needed to take a step back and get back into reality and be like, whoa, this is what's going to happen. And
Right.
you know what, I have a good opportunity here to redeem myself at Laurentian, and I'm going to take it. And then we'll go from there. And then step by step, I'm going to build myself and become the best man I can be.
Oh, nice. So who do you think in your life, let's go non-family members, who do you think outside of your family has been the biggest influence on you? In a positive way, of course.
Well, if I can't pick my family, then I gotta pick my closest friends out there. So they're the ones that that always stand by my side, and good or bad, they'll give me advice. Some of them are pretty blunt and honest.
Could you
with
give
their
me maybe not one, but a few names who you think
Yeah.
in your life had the best influence, or maybe even said one or two things, or they weren't in your life for long, and every time they're in your life, or they say one little thing to you 3 years ago and it was
So literally, I'd say all my close friends. I don't have a big group of friends, but the group of friends I have, they're quality. So
Right, that's good.
I'm gonna say, for instance, you're part of it. You are very much part of it. I've got a friend named Chris, Zach. I've got a friend named Matt,
Yeah.
Dominic. I've got Marco, Kyle. I've got a lot of friends. I don't know. There's some out there that I might not mention now. They might come back and get mad at me, but there are a lot of friends out there that actually mean a lot to me. And by a lot, it's not like a huge amount, but a lot of them, though, they look out for me. And I look out for them too. I do the same thing.
Right, like not wanting them to get their ass kicked and you want to redo it yourself.
Well, that's another time of that
that is
honestly,
what it is. Eh?
We had a whole segment on that. Let's
keep it in that segment.
Let's keep it in there. You know, that's what I mean.
It's a good story, man. Jesus Christ.
It is. It's an insane story.
It's pretty crazy. Because it's not like exaggerated. It was like, yo, there's actually a bunch of people.
It was like a movie. It was actually like a movie.
Yeah, except you had you had the role no one would want to play. I'd be like, nah, you're good.
Yeah.
You can play that role.
Except I didn't get the big bucks from Hollywood.
Oh, you should have.
Imagine, like,
you could definitely beat up Tom Cruise and Justin Bieber.
No, what I'm saying is, instead of Tom Cruise fighting Justin Bieber, Tom Cruise should come and make a movie about me.
I like that. Tom Cruise, TC, if you're watching. Next Mission Impossible star, just for you.
We gotta change up the ending though, so I don't die. You know?
Yeah.
Me and him, we could be like a partnership there. We'll go kick some ass.
I like that. That's a good idea. All right. Well, Seddik, thanks for coming on the show.
No problem. No problem.
So, stay tuned for next week's episode of Life After High School, the podcast edition, and also next week, stay tuned for an episode of On the Streets, where I go out and interview strangers, ask them random questions, and get to know them. Practice that cold approach, talk to people, and have a good time. So hit subscribe, turn that bell on, get notified when new videos are coming out. Tell your friends, like the videos, comment how funny this was, or message me, DM me about what I can improve upon. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you, Seddik.
No problem.
All right, let's cut it. Let's go work out.